by the buyers on the same dollar. And so, for example, from 1998, mid-1998 to mid-2000, S&P earnings were up 30%, roughly 15% a year, which was an acceleration from what it had been in the earlier 90s. And then from mid-2000 to mid-2001, where there was a very mild recession, S&P earnings dropped 40%. Why? Order books got pulled. Exactly. People decided they didn't need 10,000 routers, they needed 2,000. And so they cut the order books back, and costs were still high, and profitability just imploded over a short period of time. In fact, S&P earnings dropped as much in 2000 to 2001 as they did in the global financial crisis, which was a really serious recession. We have the same kind of setup today, and that's why S&P 500 earnings estimates are going up so fast. It's because basically the CapEx boom is translating directly into revenues and profits for a small number of companies, and it's being capitalized for the guys spending the dollars. That is probably not sustainable over the long run and deserves a lower multiple than a higher multiple. The market is giving a higher multiple in the rearview mirror because it's growth. But you have to kind of look at what is driving that growth and how much of it is going to just a few companies versus the rest of the market. And that's one reason why tech has, of course, done better than the broader market. But it does sow the seeds of its own demise at some point, because you have to continue that kind of capital spending, at higher and higher levels, which is going to be hard to do.
Does it mean that you expect that at some point people will not need so many chips, and then like CapEx was like, how do we transition from this stage to like the more bearish case?
So back then, for a few, the graybeards in the audience, and I don't see many, but there are a few, there was a mythology that came up because of the internet that was espoused by MCI WorldCom and kind of taken as gospel, that internet traffic was doubling every 3 months. Mm-hmm. And this became ensconced in people's views and in corporate boardrooms. People were like, well, internet, I mean, we've got to build capacity for all of this traffic that now is going to be on our internal or external networks. And it turned out, and there's some wonderful work was being done by a mathematician at Bell Labs on this, that internet traffic was not doubling every 3 months, it was doubling every year.